What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see we actually got 17 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We only got 2 picks wrong and got 17 right, which is about a 90% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right, 90% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get a 90% win rate and get 17 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon. Should be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure you join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $200 just yesterday. Another member who won $51 for the 5th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So first pick we're going to be talking about is Kevin Porter Jr. for 18.5 points, rebs, and assists, and this one is for more. Now look at Kevin Porter Jr. We've actually seen him going the over in 4 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see, and they do face off against none other than the Philadelphia 76ers. Now look at the 76ers. They have had a very interesting season, not really performing as well as we thought, but they do rank 13th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, when it comes to assists allowed, they do rank 16th, and then rebounds allowed, we also do see that the 76ers do rank 22nd. So the Philadelphia 76ers do rank, mid-tier to low tier on pretty much every single category. And that's why we definitely see someone like Kevin Porter Jr. going on the over here. KPJ has been playing absolutely fantastic. As we see, like I mentioned, over the last 5, he's actually gone on the over in 4 of those last 5, and he's gotten over, on a consistent basis, but also, very much over as well, or confident enough for us to say that he will continue on into this next game being able to go on the over. Now, his average over the last 5 is 18.8, so slightly just above this line, but all other signs really do point towards the over for this one, and that's why we are sticking to it. Philadelphia, as we all know, has had a really lackluster season, and their defense continues to get really worse as it goes on during the season. So we definitely see Kevin Porter Jr. not having any trouble being able to score, being able to rebound, or even being able to play make. So for those reasons, we do like the over for this one. So Kevin Porter Jr., 18.5 points, rebs, and assists for more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about Anthony Edwards. Now Anthony Edwards, great player, and this one is for 36.5 points, rebs, and assists, and this one is for more. Now look at Anthony Edwards. We've actually seen him go on the over in 1 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Boston Celtics. Now we look at the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics do rank 9th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, when we look at assists allowed, we actually do see Celtics rank 10th, and then rebounds allowed, we also do see them rank 13th. So because of that, we do very much still like the over for this situation, due to the fact that when we look at Boston Celtics, we see that they do a very poor job at restricting points, rebs, and assists to the shooting guard position, which is what Anthony Edwards is. Now when it comes to Boston Celtics, although they are a great defensive team, they definitely do struggle a lot against shooting guards, especially someone of Anthony Edwards' play style. Anthony Edwards does play that swing wing type basketball very well, and we think that he is going to be able to exploit that on all facets, whether it's points, rebounds, and assists. Now his average over the last 5 is 33 points, 0.8, so slightly under this line, but when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the over as well, so that works out in our favor in that sense. So because of those reasons, we are sticking to the over for this one. So Anthony Edwards, 36.5 points, rebs, and assists for more, I think is a great pick. Now getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Cam Thomas. Now, Cam Thomas, great player. This one is for points and rebounds combined for 25.5, and this one actually is for less. Now, we look at Cam Thomas. We've actually seen him going the under in 4 out of the last 5 games, which is great to see, and they do face off against none other than the Sacramento Kings. Now, look at the Sacramento Kings. They are a fantastic team, have been having themselves a decent season. Now, they do rank 17th when it comes to points allowed, and on top of that, when we actually look look at rebounds allowed, we also do see that Sacramento Kings do rank 7th. So because of that, we do very much like the under for this one. Sacramento do definitely rank in that mid to high tier when it comes to both categories, and we definitely see someone like Cam Thomas struggling, especially since Sacramento Kings do a very good job at restricting points and rebounds to the guard position. Although Cam Thomas is a great player, he doesn't have the highest usage rate in rebounds as well. So this one, he was technically or more likely to actually rely more on having a great scoring game to be able to go over on this line, but we don't really see that happening, especially against a great defensive team like Sacramento Kings. So when we look at his average over the last 5, it is 26.2. Now it is slightly above the line, but it is from an outlier game against New York Knicks, and we think, that game has actually thrown this line a bit too high, that now there's a lot more volume to go on the under. So for those reasons, keep an eye out for the under for this one. So Cam Thomas, 25.5 points and rebs for less, I think is a great pick. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Jaylen Brown. Now Jaylen Brown has done a fantastic job where he is actually averaging 25.3 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 4.4 assists for the Boston Celtics. Now like we mentioned earlier with the Anthony Edwards pick, Boston Celtics do face off against none other than the Minnesota Timberwolves, so this is going to be a very, very good game. Now the Minnesota Timberwolves do rank 10th in points allowed, 4th in assists allowed, and 5th in rebounds allowed. And because of that, we do very much like the under for this situation here. Although Jaylen Brown is a fantastic player, a big reason why we do very much like the under for this situation is not only due to the fact that Timberwolves do rank very high in all 3 categories, but we are actually expecting Timberwolves to really slow the pace down for a team like Boston Celtics. Because of that, we definitely see someone like Jaylen Brown maybe get a little bit less volume than he usually sees. That's one of the big cases on why Timberwolves is such a great defensive team. They tend to slow pace teams down, and I think with Jaylen Brown, he may not get the same amount of volume that he usually sees, which should lead him to the under for this situation here. Now Boston Celtics is a great team, do not get me wrong, 13-3 record, but when it comes to Jaylen Brown, we definitely see him going on the under here, whether it's points, rebounds, and assists. So because of that, we think, Jaylen Brown is looking good for the under, but keep an eye out for the line first. If the line is too close to his averages, then definitely look to go on the under there. Now getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about PJ Washington. So PJ Washington, as we all know, fantastic player from the Dallas Mavericks, and he does play the power forward position, and he's been averaging 10.8 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. Now he's done a great job for the Dallas Mavericks, and the Dallas Mavericks do face off against none other than the Miami Heat. Now Miami Heat are a great team. They do rank 8th in points allowed. On top of that, when it comes to assists allowed, they rank a little bit on the lower end of that as they rank 17th. And then moving on into rebounds allowed, we do see that Miami Heat do rank 25th. So because of that, we do very much like the over for this situation here. Although PJ Washington, isn't really too much of a scorer, we definitely still see him going on the over in points, reps, or assists. Now I would definitely focus on rebounds, but you also have to remember that Miami Heat do a very poor job at restricting points, reps, and assists as well to the power forward position. Because of that, we definitely like the over for this situation here. When it comes to PJ Washington, he is a fantastic player, but we definitely would focus a lot more on rebounds, as that is where his highest usage rate is. When it comes to points and assists, it's a little bit more on the situation that he is in. He isn't the main scorer for this team, he isn't the main playmaker, but rebounds is his job for this team, and because of that, I would focus on that coming into this game. So Miami Heat definitely do struggle on the rebounding side of things. They do allow quite a lot of rebounds, and on top of that, the fact that Heat, are very poor at restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the power forward position. We definitely see someone like PJ Washington be able to take advantage of that in this situation here. So I definitely would keep an eye out for PJ Washington. Now focus on the rebounding line, but either all 3 definitely do have the capability to see someone like PJ go on the over. Keep an eye out for the line. If it is under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over there. Again, to the next player, we're going to be talking about De'Aaron Fox. So De'Aaron Fox is a fantastic player, averaging 28 28.8 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 5.8 assists, while also shooting almost 51% from the field. So when we look at his last couple of games, we do see that he's done a fantastic job for the Sacramento Kings. He had a 49-point game, 60-point game, and a couple of other ones where he was very close at hitting 30 points. So he's done a fantastic job, and now they do have themselves a great matchup against none other than the Brooklyn Nets. Now, Brooklyn Nets is going to be an exciting matchup. Now, Brooklyn Nets do rank when it first comes to points allowed. We actually do see the Brooklyn Nets ranking 20th in that category. Moving on into assists, we do see that Brooklyn Nets do rank pretty low as well in that, as they do rank 23rd. And then moving on into rebounds allowed, they do rank 9th. So a bit surprising in that category. Now, Brooklyn Nets haven't had the greatest season, 6-10. Kings are currently 8-8. So not really similar of record, but they're definitely in those mid tiers for their conferences. But when it comes to De'Aaron Fox, he's been playing absolutely fantastic, and we definitely see that continuing on and having that hot streak come into this next game. Brooklyn Nets don't really rank too high in points and assists, and a little bit higher in rebounds. And when it comes to De'Aaron Fox, I would definitely focus a lot more on points in this game and also assists. Now, a big reason for that is that he does have technically a higher usage rate in those two departments. Rebounds, he does have a decent usage rate, but when it comes to someone like De'Aaron Fox, he is a point guard. I would definitely see him and more of his play style be more leaning towards assists and points, being able to go over on this line. And especially the fact that Brooklyn Nets do rank pretty high in that category of the rebounds, that's why we are focusing a lot more on points and assists here. So I definitely would keep an eye out for De'Aaron Fox, especially with the way he has been playing. He's been playing absolutely fantastic, and we definitely see that continuing on into this next matchup, especially against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, there is going to be a lot of pace in this game. Sacramento Kings are a very fast-paced team, not as fast as Brooklyn Nets are not as fast as Sacramento Kings, but what we do see is that Sacramento Kings tend to actually speed up slower-paced teams, and we definitely see that happening in this game. So we definitely see the volume to be there for someone like De'Aaron Fox, so we definitely can see him going over on his line. So like I mentioned, keep an eye out for points and assists for someone like De'Aaron Fox. We see a lot of value there in those two, but there's a lot of value to go on the over, you know, especially with the way he has been playing. So keep an eye out for De'Aaron Fox's line, points and assists specifically. If it is under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over. So guys, if you do want to win more bets and win more money, don't forget to join our exclusive Discord group by signing up to our Patreon. It should be linked down below in the description, or you can also find it in the pinned comment down below. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord. It could start winning more bets and win more money today. So guys, I'll see you over there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.